Hey everyone, welcome back to Thrill Fanatic. I'm Ryan, and today we're diving into one of the most exciting questions on every Wonderland fan's mind. What roller coaster is Canada's Wonderland getting next? I've got two predictions that I think make a lot of sense, and I'm going to break them down for you. Spoiler alert, both are pretty epic ideas. So let's jump right in. Okay, so before we get into my predictions, let's talk about where Canada's Wonderland is right now. With 18 roller coasters already, Wonderland's lineup is pretty stacked. They've got intense rides like Leviathan and Yukon Striker, family-friendly ones like Thunder Run and Snoopy's Racing Railway, and even unique experiences like the Bat. And of course, 2025 is bringing Alpine Fury, the park's newest record-breaking coaster. Alpine Fury is all about inversions. It's going to be a launch coaster that flips you upside down in ways you didn't even think were physically possible. And don't get me wrong, inversions are awesome, but you know what the park's lineup is starting to lack? A good coaster with intense ejector airtime. You know, the kind of ride that yeets you out of your seat so hard you question your life choices. So I think the next addition to Wonderland is going to fill that gap. I've got two solid ideas. Let's start with my first prediction, a B&M Invert. If you've ever ridden a B&M Invert, you know they're a classic. These coasters are all about speed, inversions, and that feeling of your feet dangling while you whip through crazy maneuvers. Think Batman the Ride at Six Flags Parks or Raptor at Cedar Point. And honestly, I think it's time that Wonderland got one that's next level, and not trash like Flight Deck. Now hear me out. Flight Deck is, well, let's call it nostalgic. And Time Warp, yeah, that ride's not winning any awards for comfort. But replacing these two with a modern B&M Invert would be a game changer. You'd have a sleek, smooth, and thrilling coaster that could take over the area of the park and bring Wonderland's inverted coaster game back to the spotlight. Plus, the spot is already tucked away, so the roar of a B&M Invert would fit perfectly. Think about the potential. Tight twists, zero gravity inversions, and a layout that hugs the ground while giving you an insane near-miss elements. It would totally complement Alpine Fury by giving inversions in a completely different format. Fast, aggressive, and with non-stop intensity. But it doesn't quite fill the airtime gap I mentioned earlier, does it? Alright, here's my second prediction. A thrill-focused GCI wooden coaster. If you're a fan of Mystic Timbers at Kings Island or Thunderhead at Dollywood, you know what I'm talking about. These coasters aren't your old rickety wooden coasters. GCI makes smooth, fast rides with wild layouts that are packed with airtime hills, sharp turns, and enough excitement to even keep the most hardcore thrill seekers happy. Now, where would this go? I think the perfect spot is over by Whitewater Canyon. That area has plenty of space and already has a wooded vibe that'd be ideal for a wooden coaster. Imagine flying through the trees at high speeds, catching insane ejector airtime on every hill, and feeling those quick bank turns throw you around in the best way possible. It's the kind of coaster that would make you say, okay, one more ride, about 5 times before you finally leave the park. A GCI wooden coaster would not only add some much needed airtime to Wonderland's lineup, but also bring a totally different experience to the park. Plus, it's the perfect middle ground, thrilling enough for adrenaline junkies like me, but not so intense that alienates everyone else. And let's be real, wooden coasters just have this classic charm that fits into a park like Wonderland perfectly. Alright, so what's my final take? Personally, I think both ideas are solid, but if Wonderland wants to focus on balancing its lineup after Alpine Fury, a GCI wooden coaster makes the most sense. It'd fill that airtime void and add something fresh and exciting to the park. But I wouldn't count out a B&M Invert either. It's definitely overdue, and replacing Flight Deck and Time Warp would be a win for everyone. Honestly, I'd be thrilled with either. And now that Time Warp is potentially leaving, I think these two are even closer together. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Is Wonderland more likely to get a wooden coaster or an invert? Or do you have a totally different prediction? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and subscribe for more coaster content. And ring the bell so you never miss out. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep chasing those thrills.